Hello everyone, this is Seven here, and today I want to show all of you how to tile airships and tanks correctly. From now I'm using Super Mario Flash 3 because it has a lot more airship and tank tiles to work with. A lot more material, to be honest. In the editor, all the content you need goes from page 16 to page 19. Well, some of it. You have these pipes and this bullet bill stuff. So let's start by making an airship. You want to make the bow first, the bow part of the airship, the pointy part. Okay. I like to make mine like this. I like to use tile 289 first and then go down with tile 286 and 87. Like so. Now, I've seen many people do tiling like this or this. This is not appealing. This creates a lot of cutoffs. The way to do it is basically alternating between tile 280 and 285. 285 is this one with the dark patch, and 280 is the one without the patch. Alternate like this, like I'm doing right now. Generally I like to make this part like this, and then tile it like so. I won't talk much through this tutorial, so most of the action here will be a little bit sped up, so you don't get bored or anything. On another note, I like to always add this bottom part, which is I don't know what's this part called, from those parts from the ships, but doesn't matter. I always like to do something like this. Doesn't mean you have to, but it just I just got the hang of doing this always. Ignore the land cutoff just for testing purposes. Okay, so now we move on to windows. I think you can place those like these. Doesn't matter if it's right next to tile 285 or 280. It doesn't look bad anyway. It doesn't create cutoffs. Looks just fine. I normally like to have like at least 3 tiles and put the windows on the middle row. Like so. Yeah. As you can see, it looks good. Doesn't really have any cutoffs. If it eventually has cutoffs, it's barely noticeable anyway. So just don't put your windows too close together like this. This is a big no-no. Always space them out by at least 2 tiles at least. At least that's what I do anyway. But you can always space them out by 3 or 4 tiles, whatever. Just don't put them too close together. That's my advice. Okay, and if you come across with trouble like this, if you hold on, if this pattern doesn't work too well for you, you can always fix it up or rectify it with a square wooden block. In SMF3, it's in page 11. No. Page 10. Page 10, tile 140. You can place it like this. I know it's part from a Ghost House tile set, but it actually fits well in airships too. Regardless of any color. Yeah, I'm working with this color, but the tiling techniques, the way you should tile it works exactly the same for dark brown, gray, and blue airship tiles. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, now as for scenery, we have a ton of options. We have these fences, and the way to tile it is you use this one, tile 826, and repeat the placement until you end with this one, 827. Okay. Another scenery example is on page 18, I think, yeah, 18. You can use these metallic parts, metallic masts like this, then put end with a propeller. looks cool. And then you can use this one, horizontal propeller. Doesn't matter how long it is, as long as it's not too long. Yeah, actually it could be a little bit shorter just to look more realistic, like so. Most of the things are already tell what the way you should tile in the editor. Alright, what else? You got these endings, can go like this, for example. Let's see if in this situation pattern is correct. Okay, it is. Even if it wasn't, you can always cap it off with that square tile I mentioned before, tile 140 from the Ghost House tile set. But since it actually works, let's leave it this way. Only use the tile 288 in this case to put that at the bottom of the ship, not like this. This looks kinda off and ugly. I like to end things like this. 288 below, at the bottom of the airship, always. And tanks too. That applies to tanks as well. Alright, more scenery, more tiling. You can also add these crests if to cover up some pattern. What's the word I'm looking for? Unexpected things. Anyway, crests can be used to rectify when there's something wrong with the pattern. But just like the windows, just don't put the crests too close together. I mean, it's alright to have them like this and to like 2 tiles apart too, but don't repeat them too often. I'd say once per section of a airship is fine. I wouldn't cut off. Okay, more scenery. Oh, about tile 281 with this metal plate. Don't pile it up like this. It looks kind of weird. Correct way to pile up wooden tiles, it's using this one, 283, and then stack them up, and then use 281, like so. Yeah, as you can see, there's a cutoff there. You can rectify with the crest, for example. There you go. I think it works just fine for these other columns. And you can always add windows too. And again, 2 tiles apart from each other, not too close. Always keep this in mind. Alright, what's next? Sure, scenery. You see this gray metal box? It's actually not solid, it's actually full scenery. Mario can go through no matter what side it enters on. But tile it like this, and this generally. Just don't do this, like what I'm about to do. Don't use this tile set to form this tiny square. It just looks too stupid. I don't know. You can also place these bolts like this, or the screws or whatever this thing is. Yeah, tiling it like this is perfectly fine. My diagonal one is semi-solid. Tile 834, this one is semi-solid. This vertical bolts are scenery, not solid at all. Alright, about this bolt, screw or nuts, or I'm not sure what they're called in English. Alright, this is scenery. You can place them like this on floors, and these little guys on walls. Yeah, that looks nice. Whoops, whoopsie daisy. Yeah, 831 can be used as scenery. Normally in Super Mario Bros. 3, this is where those red moles came out and threw wrenches at the player. Kinda weird. Alright, you got the idea. What else? We got boxes. Boxes can be placed like this. Boxes are semi-solids, by the way. You'll see what I mean by semi-solid. Actually, let's place the entrance up there. Entrance number 1. Oh, right. You also have these vertical wooden pillars. You can also use them like they're shown in the editor. You know, starting with the top, taking care of the left side and the right side, then bottom up. But it doesn't have to necessarily look like this. They can also like be 2 tiles high. See, it doesn't create any cutoff, and 3 tiles too. But you might want to experiment with this a little bit, because you can notice small cutoffs like this one at the bottom, for example. It's all a matter of experimenting. It actually looks fine like this. I don't see anything wrong at all. Then you have the thin pillars from tile 754, and tile it just like how it looks in the editor. Doesn't have to be this 4 tiles high, it can be 2 or 3. Just make sure to use tile 756. Using 755 creates a slight cutoff. Alright, that looks good enough. What else? Ah, these bars. Yeah, I'm not sure. Every bar of this, you know, 790s are all scenery. None of them are solid at all. But you can tile them like this anyway. Like this. And like this, I guess. It's not an easy choice of scenery to use, if you ask me. Even I have some trouble sometimes. But anyway, it actually has a bottom ending, tile 795. Then it goes up. You can also use this in layer 2, and then do it like this. Like this, for example. Using the bottom one again. Okay, if you wanted to end it with on the left side, use tile 792, and if you want to end it on the right side, tile 795. Like so. Just like how I'm doing right now. Alright, what's next? Okay, these pipes, these aren't a tile. Just tile like how it looks in the editor. And maybe one of these little guys, like here, like so. There we go. Let's make another airship just for a more realistic look. Remember, always alternate between tile 280 and 285 if you don't want your tiling to look cut off. Okay, big pipes done. Thin pipes aren't much of an issue. Just put them like this. But if you want some cannons to shoot from here, you go to sprites and find this one, the tank cannon. But it's only facing to the left side. So put it like this, and then use the rest of those thin pipes to top it off. Like so. Another way to support that pipe is tiling like this. There we go, not too bad. What's next? Oh, you can also, another scenery suggestion is connecting airships. Like so, like I'm about to do now. This is behind in layer 2. See? It's like it's actually carrying this bigger airship looks like it's carrying the smaller airship. It's just a suggestion and a fun way to do scenery. You can also use these chains, tile 2209. That looks good too. Kind of a creative way to tile your airships. What else? Oh yes, these diagonal cannons. I think these look better in those gray metal boxes, like you're gonna see. one like this. Doesn't matter. Doesn't really matter what direction the cannons are pointing. I'm just showing you how you should tile them anyway. Alright, now you use the background metal box like this. Like so. There you go! That does look like a Super Mario Flash 3, Super Mario Bros. 3 airship level. Just an example anyway. Oh, and for these diagonal cannons to work, you go to Sprites and find these little guys. The cannon lower left, and if you want to shoot it from the downside cannon, use this one, and from the upper cannon, this one. It has all 4 directions around in this page, and it definitely works. It shoot automatically. You don't have to do anything. Alright, what's next? I believe we can move on to the tank part already. Yeah, we sure can. Now we land and begin with setting up the wheels. They can be any length you want, really. Doesn't matter. I'm gonna use a different color. Why not? You can set up the bow like this, just like the airship. And you can do another set of wheels, like what I'm about to do now. There. That looks great. Now, don't forget, we're alternating between tile 280 and 285 all over again. Yeah, if you want to end the row here, but somehow the pattern doesn't work, don't worry, you can fix it by doing this, adding a window or a crest in the middle. Actually, no, like this. What I'm about to do now is just a way to prevent these mistakes. When a situation like this occurs. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. If you didn't have to add this crest, if you placed this ending here, one tile ahead, but if you somehow really wanted to end the row here, right one tile forward, right at this exact length, you had to put something to rectify this mistake. Adding a crest is a good way to do that. Another way is to, like I showed before, cover them up like this and then use that square block. See, it actually wins quite nicely, but I think the crest looks better, but that depends on the situation, really. Alright, more ideas to make this tank come to life. Okay, so now had a little light at this, so. Oh boy, Mayday. Whenever this happens, always remember to rectify. Rectify by adding a crest or that square tile. It's always one of the fundamental things to know when you're tiling an airship or a tank. Wow, that tank looks menacing. Another idea I had when I tile some tanks is put this on the ground, just like it's about to touch it, just hovering through it. Okay, that's not really what I think that looks even more. Actually, it doesn't look too bad this way. You can also do them like this, for smaller tanks. Just burp, I'm sorry. And not bad. Yeah, this works. This definitely works. Right, so finish it off and then form a little pile. And now we move on to the last tile part of the airship, of this airship and tank file. Set of tiles, I mean. You see these metallic pipes, right? It's when you enter the boss. So tell them like how it looks in the editor. It's really easy and simple. Just using this pipe racing right. Sure, why not? And there we go. That's how you tile tanks and airships, at least in Super Mario Flash 3. Super Mario Flash 2 has a lot less airship tiles, but it shares almost all of them with Super Mario Flash 3. All of them, in fact. Another thing I just remembered. Wait a minute. Yeah, you can connect the bolts like this using this metallic spring looking thing, and then end them off with the propeller. Oops, wrong tiling. Alright, this looks satisfactory and definitely looks correct and doesn't have any cutoffs at all. Let's see how let's play the level. This little box is semi-solid, also semi-solid. The wooden parts are totally solid. See? This whole metal box looks like you can stand on it, but you actually can't. It's just scenery. This is also scenery too. Oh look! Here's our little cannon! I know it doesn't have any auto scroll, but I'm just playing it for testing purposes. There you go! Okay, but I think I've made my point here. Let's just move on to Super Mario Flash 2. Oh, it's kind of budgy here. Whoops! I already built this example test level before. Look what we have here. My pattern here didn't go quite as well as expected, but rectifying like this is also fine. Doesn't look bad. And you can also add these tiles, these darker tiles. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. These can be used as a center board of the airship. It's not, you don't see those too often, but I can show you how to tile them. So you first use this one, the pointy one. This one is in Super Mario Flash 3 too. And then can alternate between them too, I guess. Like this, then end it all off with 3148. And there you go. Yeah, these tiles here don't really matter the way they're set. You can always start your center board like this, like a staircase, whatever, or a more sloped way. Your guess, your choice. And yeah, if you're building your airship in Super Mario Flash 2, I also advise you to use Ghost Style Scenery, because it's the one that fits the best, honestly. Using these diagonal stairs is completely fine too. These yellow wooden logs fit perfectly well too. These wooden spikes do fit as well. That skull box also looks nicely. It gives a little bit even more atmosphere to airship levels. Box here works exactly the same as in Super Mario Flash 3. These imperfect logs also fit nicely. This Super Mario World box fits nicely too. And looky here. I used a square block. It's also on the Ghost House tiling page, tile 140 as well. If your pattern with tiles 280, 285 doesn't work out that well, you can always rectify with the wooden square block. There is no crest in Super Mario Flash 2. That crest is only in Super Mario Flash 3, like you're seeing here. And well, that's it for the video. That's it for the tutorial, and I hope I helped you the best way I could. And I'll see you next time. Subscribe for more content, and peace!